He did rule that the injunction will remain. He doesn't want it to remain for too long because he believes the matter needs to be resolved, so we hope to have a quick trial. And the essence of the injunction is that there will be the, the third and the fourth defendant cannot go on the property and do anything on it. So the persons who present were building cannot continue building until after the trial, and the government cannot go ahead and publish the notice in the Gazette, which makes a lease final. That's basically it. And that's what we wanted. I think the Chief Justice is looking at an issue of fairness as any judge should. And it doesn't mean that we know how the ruling will go. It just means that, think about it. If I'm asking you to give me back my land, why would I allow someone else to do everything else with the land so that by the time my land is returned to me, it is really just an academic exercise because now someone else has an interest. So the way the law looks at things, they try to balance things, We're trying to maintain the status quo so that then you can proceed with whatever decision the court makes from a fair basis where the playing field is level. So that is what it really means. We don't know how the trial will go or not go. We want it to be a fair trial, and so we don't have much more to say because you will see the evidence will be in open court. Finally, through the evidence that they presented, that is how our client was able to ascertain that title had actually been issued. We were not able to ascertain it through the official channels at the Lands Department. To date, we still have made written requests to the Commissioner of Lands for a copy of the file for us to see what's all the documentation. It has not been possible. We've paid for copies of the register and we were given pieces of it, and there were explanations why we can't get it. So I think beyond this case, one thing I've learned now dealing with a lot of land matters is that we have a fairly unjust land system. And I say that because it's not working for a lot of people. And unfortunately, a lot of Belizeans don't have the money to come to court and fight a case.
Can you say, sorry, what date the title was issued to the customers?
Shockingly, the 5th of December. And I say shockingly because I personally had called at the Lands Department sometime maybe about the 20th of December or just before. I can't remember my exact date right now. I called and I asked them because I had seen in the newspaper that Miss Maud Williams had asserted that she had title, but yet we couldn't get that through official channels. So I called just before I filed my claim and I said, I've read this, can you tell me? And they said, no, it's not there, it's not in the system. I'll say in fairness to the person I spoke to, when he or she said it wasn't in the system, I was later explained that sometimes these transactions take place, but there's a data entry process where you input it in the system. And so maybe something may have been done on a particular date, but maybe 5 days later they actually input it in the system. So I will try and accept that explanation. But it was important for us to ascertain if indeed title was issued.